Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday and the 30th and last day of September. I'm sure you're probably well aware of that, but how's that grab you? How's this also grab you on today's date in weather history? Our weather history, 94 degrees last year. Yeah, just last year, today, 94 degrees. We weren't anywhere close to that today, and we're not going to be in our forecast period either. An update on what's going to be a beautiful but definitely fall feel weather-wise. COVID updates. Locally, another positive case, another student in the McGough County school system, and also affecting a local business as well. We'll have that update for you, our state COVID update as well. Some other news that I'm working on that I may have to include into tonight's program. We'll wait and see. But I spent much of the afternoon trying to gather as many details as possible without having to, of course, go to any of the grieving family who lost their son, husband, loved one for the second time in less than a year. Close to a year, but still less than. A young McGough County man has been killed while working road construction or repair. It happened, as you may very well know by now, yesterday on the Mountain Parkway. And I'll tell you what I can with funeral service announcements that have been made thus far in Charlie Bailey Jr.'s honor in just a few moments. So we will have that. We will have your calendar and some other announcements as well. And it all begins right after these messages.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Jeep, and we're having our Back to School sales event. Buy any pre-owned vehicle and you'll receive a $250 gift card, or when you buy a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram, you can get a $500 gift card for back to school shopping. Right now, you can take advantage of Hutch employee pricing on every pre-owned vehicle. And remember, the Hutch Guarantee.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
It's one of the most popular and most famous things we've ever done at your Sayersville Lee's. Well, except for our chicken and our biscuits and our wedges and our ice and our hot dogs and, well, you know what I mean. The $5 coupon is back in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent. That's $5 off family specials. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and biscuits, enough to feed the fam and more. $5 off. Clip the coupon. They'll even give it to you for free in a free newspaper at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. $5 off is back. It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. Two of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, you know, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turn Row brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate. All colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. My editor, Heather Oney, with the Sayersville Independent, as well as myself, both reached out to the public information officer with Post 8 of the Kentucky State Police, who is handling the investigation into a fatal auto crash yesterday on the Mountain Parkway that claimed the life of a young Sayersville man. Only limited information being released at this hour, but police earlier today obviously confirming his identity and preliminary details about what caused the accident near a work zone near the 32-mile marker on the Parkway. I do have in front of me an official press release that I received this afternoon from Post 8 out of Moorhead, who says that they got the call to assist in the two-vehicle fatal collision between the 32 and 33-mile marker yesterday afternoon, and then after arriving, they were able to determine that there was a 2004 Chevy pickup truck, and that an 18-year-old by the name of Brendan Evans from McDowell was driving that truck and traveling east, we believe towards his residence possibly. He was traveling at that time in the left lane when he crossed into the right lane, and then, in doing so, hit 30-year-old Charlie Bailey Jr. of Sayersville, who was said to be standing at the back of his truck and trailer, which was parked in the emergency lane of the eastbound lanes. Charlie Bailey was pronounced dead on the scene by the Powell County Coroner's Office, while Evans was airlifted to the University of Kentucky Hospital for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Officially, the only thing else we know is that the collision remains under investigation by the state police. Evans, however, according to his social media, was listed as a student at the University of Kentucky, while we know that Mr. Bailey had worked for JAG Incorporated for a number of years. Mountain Parkway was closed for several hours following the accident, which happened sometime around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. According to the press release, the accident would have happened just a very short distance, yards away from the actual bridge itself, which is at the 31.2-mile marker. That bridge undergoing construction for deck restoration and waterproofing until about the end of this month. I'll have what funeral service arrangements have been made in Bailey's honor in just a few moments. And as I said at the top of that program, as hard as it is to imagine or try to comprehend, Bailey's death is the second of a young McGoffin County man to be working road construction or repair, as I said, in less than a year. Young Jared Hilton died on November the 6th of last year in Tennessee. His birthday was actually yesterday. I'll be right back. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. Your local COVID update in just a few moments, which does include another positive case of the coronavirus, which does pertain to the school system. We'll have that in just a second. I will now, however, have your state update. Today's numbers, not good. They followed some other numbers on another front, which were $7 million being announced in behavioral health grant funding. This funding going to help treat those individuals suffering long-term behavioral health effects from trauma, if you will, from the disasters that many Kentuckians encountered in 2019. The governor still trying to encourage everyone as well to vote, reminding that the last day to request an absentee ballot is quickly approaching on October the 9th, and that early in-person voting will start on October the 13th. With today's numbers, however, the governor marked another day in the thousands, actually, where for now 2 days we have seen very high numbers. Some good news to come out of those numbers. The positivity rating, which is still below 5%. Yesterday, with my program being taped before his announcement, the governor announced 1,018 new cases and 8 new deaths in Kentucky. Today, 1,004, 154 of those in kids 18 and under.
That number's hard. The positivity rate is still low, actually lower, with tests that have come in at 4.07%. And so while I'm glad at that number, 1,004 cases is a problem, and it means that we have to be more vigilant. As we look at, can you bring up the stair stepper that we looked at on Monday that shows, this is our cases, showing that we had the most cases we've ever had in a single week last week. And right now we are more than on track to exceed that this week. And what that shows is we are in our total case count in an escalation, meaning last week was more. This week will be more than that, it appears. And we have to continue to be committed to doing the things that are going to stop that escalation. And a lot of that are just things that we have been talking about day after day. And the challenge with having this amount of cases, and we've talked about this, is it means even as we're getting better at treating people, more cases equal more death. It's just a mathematical fact.
The number of deaths today in Kentucky stood at 4, which brings the total to 1,174. Next, a few announcements and reminders on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Quick reminder about the fabric sale. This is going to be a unique opportunity to pick up some very unique fabrics and help our senior citizens. It will be at the Senior Citizen Center tomorrow outside, and Friday 9 till 3. A big fabric sale at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. Don't forget, this Friday 10 till 2, the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center is hosting a drive-through flu shot clinic in the parking lot of the Sagersville Walgreens. This year is the most important year as ever to get your flu shot, and you can do so by driving through this Friday. The second annual Walnut Festival is going to take place at the South McGoffin Civil War Park Shelter. Now, this is a couple of weeks away. I'll remind you again when it gets a little closer. Saturday, October the 17th, starting at 9 o'clock that morning. They said they're going to have a lot of entertainment and a lot of vendors and more. We'll be talking about that between now and then, certainly. And I'll talk about your announcement if you want me to. You just got to send it here so I can tell everyone. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. They're all free. And if you want birthdays, anniversaries, or birth announcements and the like in the Sagersville Independent, they're also free. Send those to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. And she'll make sure that they're in there for everyone to read. Tonight's funeral service announcements, brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, include a reminder of services to be held tomorrow for 68-year-old Estill Eugene Bubby Hicks of West Puncheon in Sagersville, who passed away on Sunday, survived by his wife Phyllis Blair Hicks and daughters Linda Sue Hicks and Jackie Wilson. Services to be held tomorrow morning at 11 from the White Oak Christian Church in White Oak. The family welcomed friends for visitation starting at 5 o'clock this evening, while the Sagersville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. 86-year-old Holly Sloan passed away on Friday, survived by his wife, Ruth Ann. He is as well survived by daughter Amy Belcher and several grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Visitation will be held starting tomorrow morning at 10 from the Flat Fork Free Will Baptist Church, and services will begin at 1 at the church. 69-year-old Kathy Sue McCarty Maggard of Berea passed away at her home on Saturday, survived by her husband, Darrell Maggard, and children Garen Maggard, Autumn Maggard, and siblings Wanda Cox, Netta Bailey, James McCarty, Alan McCarty, Danny McCarty, Edison McCarty, and Kevin McCarty. A memorial service will be held at a later date here in McGoffin County in her honor. And lastly tonight, 30-year-old Charlie Bailey Jr. of Sagersville passed away yesterday, survived by his wife, Leanne Saylor Bailey, as well as their 4 children. Arrangements incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. disability, and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Jeep, and we're having our back-to-school sales event. Buy any pre-owned vehicle and you'll receive a $250 gift card, or when you buy a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram, you can get a $500 gift card for back-to-school shopping. Right now, save up to $14,000 on new Ram trucks, and there's several to choose from. And remember, the Hutch Guarantee.
Go to Conley Tire in Staffordsville or ConleyTire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire. Now for your local COVID update. Per the McGoffin County Health Department and our Public Health Director, Pete Shepard, another case confirmed today in another student in the McGoffin County school system. Actually, all of those being McGoffin County High School students, with classes to resume tomorrow in person, this being the second group, which is their first day to go. The school system district-wide going through a thorough cleaning today, as it will each and every Wednesday, with Shepard reminding us that per state guidelines, as long as social distancing and the wearing of masks is followed in schools, positive cases will result in only the quarantine of those who test positive, as long as masks are worn at all times and social distancing is recognized. Not a great number of cases today, but a case that at least does have some bearing on actions taken by the health department today. What can you detail about this case? I understand the third high school student that we've had this week, correct?
Yes, third high school student tested positive today. She works at Mimi's Restaurant on the new 460 up there. And so what we've done is anyone that was a customer at Mimi's over the weekend should just watch for symptoms. The chances are very, very low you contacted anything. This individual wore a mask and all that. So, they've went with the guidelines, but they are going to close for a quarantine period, 14 days, and that's just because they don't have enough employees to keep it going. But they have cooperated fully, and I want to commend all these people that's cooperated with us like that. They just don't even, they say, we know it has to be done. So, but this individual is showing some symptoms, but that's and she was at school one day. So, and as the policy is now, she will just be quarantined at home, and school will go on as usual.
I know we spoke of that yesterday, but given the fact that in-person classes resume with a new group tomorrow, briefly touch on just some of the guidelines that the state gave you yesterday in regards to a positive student at school.
Okay. If they have a positive at school, that individual will be quarantined. But if they've wore their mask and they are in a setting, in the classroom setting, where they are 6 feet apart and everyone else wears a mask, then nobody else will be quarantined. The individuals, the students, just be told to watch for symptoms and go from there.
We still have one person hospitalized, and I'm thinking that person has been hospitalized now for quite some time. Any update on their condition?
No, that they did. They have moved her into ICU, and I think that was done maybe over the weekend, but she's still in ICU.
Also, at last report, and I checked with Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton earlier today, the football game hosting Lawrence County is still on for this Friday night, and also Helton is working on some information that he hopes to have for me tomorrow to get out to all of you in the county in regards to policies and procedures and precautions that the school district is taking. I think just a couple of things. I knew it was here somewhere. One little sports announcement. Kentucky got left out, as is Chicagoland. No NASCAR in 2021. Big blow to the city of Sparta. No NASCAR coming. On another COVID-related story, there was a young man who goes to the Appalachian State University that's in North Carolina. His name was Chad Dorhill. Very healthy, very energetic, active young man who has now died from the coronavirus. He actually lived off campus, was one of over 550 students who have tested positive for the coronavirus at Appalachian State, and he died from very strange complications. He tested positive for the coronavirus on the 7th of September, quarantined for 10 days, and then before returning, he was said to have started experiencing some very serious neurological problems. Still unknown and still trying to be determined, but he literally was unable to walk, move his legs. He was carried to the car and to the hospital, as the coronavirus did not necessarily affect his respiratory system, but it attacked his nervous system in this case. Doctors are still trying to determine the frequency of that. Oh, and some good news as well coming to Eastern Kentucky. The Big Sandy Community and Technical College is getting $1.5 million for capital improvements to support its dental hygiene and dental assisting programs, including the Community Dental Health Coordinator Certificate. The school is going to utilize the latest technology in dental care to train students to address local health care needs. And, of course, as you can very well imagine, the president and CEO of Big Sandy, Dr. Sherry Zilka, says that Big Sandy Community and Technical College is honored to receive this award and create the East Kentucky Oral Health Training Center in Paintsville. Congratulations. I'll make that a point to get to talk to her very soon, and we'll get some more about that. $1.5 million out of the $2.2 million going to Kentucky Community and Technical Colleges. Congratulations again. Now, let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RACC outlook, which has us looking at about 45 degrees for tonight's low. Yeah, one of the most noticeable things out there today is the winds coming out of the south-southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming light west after midnight, but hitting up to 20, 25 miles per hour at times. So breezy. Man, what a beautiful day, and what a beautiful fall day in the neighborhood. Clouds are going to be on the increase tonight. We will hit about 47 degrees. Tomorrow we will perk back up, adding 20 degrees to it, and hit about 67 degrees on your Thursday. We're going to start off with some patchy fog lingering in the morning, but otherwise sunny, a much more mild wind, west 5 to 7 or so tomorrow. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies and a low down in the low 40s at 42, with a little patchy fog again tomorrow night. So a beautiful Thursday in store. Friday, going to be beautiful. We have another front that's coming through, the likes of which you'll see temperature-wise there Friday, late Friday, Thursday night into your Friday. We don't see any weather made out of it, but temperatures are going to fall down to about 60 for daytime highs Friday, but still calm. Mostly sunny, partly cloudy, and a nice, albeit cooler fall day in the neighborhood for your Friday. We'll rebound a little bit for Saturday for the first half of your weekend, hitting close to the mid-60s, but more mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies, a low of 42. Now, keep in mind that Friday night into your Saturday morning, some folks in Kentucky might be seeing the 30s in their first chance of frost. We're not going to do so here, but as a result of that front, that's what some parts of Kentucky could see. We're going to fare better than that and be 40 or above, I believe. Sunday, 66, partly sunny, and there's your next chance of showers. 10% after 4, 30% after 8 o'clock Sunday night. Mid-60s again Monday, partly sunny, and a 20% chance of showers, and that's all the shower chances for a few days. Then another round of sunshine and upper 60s, maybe getting to the 70s by Thursday, Friday of next week. We'll wait and see, but definitely 68, 69, and sunny Tuesday and Wednesday. Nice. That's it. That's going to wrap it up for this Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, we will have Fresh Off the Presses. Tomorrow evening. You won't be here tomorrow morning. Well, you can be here for the repeat on Foothills Communications, Channel 4 at 7 and 9. I'll see you back here tomorrow night, though. We'll be talking about what's out in tomorrow morning's edition of the Sayersville Independent. See if you can get a copy of it before I do. Thank you all for watching, and good night.